What's good, y'all? L Famous, living my life, not thinking about it twice. Don't be scared to like, subscribe, or share this dope content if you like it. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. Now, today's video is about holidays, birthdays, and pictures. The support that you get in prison. You heard? The support that you get in prison. Now, there's a lot of misconceptions about dudes when they go to prison. A lot of people think that a lot of dudes in prison and they getting taken care of and they living good and this and that and that and this. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all, dudes is not living good up there. You heard? It's a lot of dudes that's not living good. Now, you got a handful of dudes and you got a population of dudes that might be doing good, getting visits, getting letters, got family coming to see them, getting money orders, getting packages, you know what I'm saying? Getting that support that they need to get through that bid from the outside. Now, there's about 80% of prisoners up there that's probably not getting that support. There's about 80 to 70% of prisoners up there that's not getting that support. You heard? You understand what I'm saying? And it's ugly, y'all. It's ugly. So all y'all youngsters out there dying to go to jail, and y'all already know that it's rough for your family out here, just think about it. You ain't getting nothing when you in there. So you gonna have to be running around trying to rob and swindle and lie and all kind of shit just to survive. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I told y'all, niggas was up there spinning the yard kicking top. You know what I'm saying? Smoking top. You heard? Smoking some shit called Bugler. Some shit called, they was selling this shit called Top and Bugler. They was selling that shit for like 56 cents a pack. These niggas out here smoking cigarettes for 56 cents a pack. I remember Top was like 36 cents a pack and Bugler was like 56. Yo, them niggas was killing niggas up there. You got mad young niggas running around with pouches of Top and Bugler running around smoking this shit like they on a farm or some shit. You heard? Them niggas running around, niggas, I ain't gonna be surprised when niggas go home chewing tobacco. You heard? No, I'm just bugging. But yeah, but you had these niggas out here, up there, kicking rocks, running around, walking around the yard, sad, smoking Bugler, Top. Niggas wasn't even smoking Newport, you heard? Niggas wasn't even smoking generic, you heard? Niggas was smoking Top. So, it be a lot of dudes up there effed up, you heard? It be a lot of dudes up there effed up. And my support system was, you know, I had a regular support system, you know what I'm saying? Like I got cards, you know, I got cards on my birthday, you know, around Christmas, you know what I'm saying, time, and Thanksgiving and all that, you know, I got cards from my family, pictures and things, you know, letting me know that people cared about me, you know what I'm saying? And believe me, I needed it. I needed it because it was one time I forgot about things up there. I forgot about my family up there. I forgot about my block. I forgot about my hood. I was running around that yard for like 9 months, and I realized I didn't even write home. I didn't even answer no letters. I didn't even get no letters. You heard? To answer no letters. I didn't write home. I wasn't calling home. I wasn't doing shit. You heard? But running around that yard, worrying about what was going on in that yard every day. You know what I'm saying? And I had to wake up one day when my grandmother wrote me like, boy, call us. We ain't hear from you in months. We ain't hear from you in almost a year. I was like, oh, shoot. I'm bugging. I ain't even answering my grandmother. So, boom. In prison, these cards right here are everything. When a person get a card, you heard, at a special time, whether it's your birthday, Christmas time, New Year's time, whether you sick, whatever. When you get a call from your family or somebody you love, it helps you get by that bid. It helps you get past 6 more months of that bid. You understand what I'm saying? Your people just gave you more power. You know what I'm saying? And right here, my grandmother and my aunt, they was the only 2 people that I had by my side for my bid, you know what I'm saying, that I could count on. You heard? I wasn't one of them inmates or one of the prisoners that write home and say, Grandma, I need money, I need commissary money, I need this, I need that. I was one of them dudes that sit back and whenever my grandmother, my aunt, or anybody send me something, they send it. You heard? I never asked for nothing. I only probably asked for initial stuff. When I got up north, I asked for my radio. You know, I sent the stuff home to get my radio and my tapes and all that. And I sent the jail market home to get my army jacket and certain things and all that. But after I asked for something initially, that's it. I don't ask for nothing else. You heard? I wasn't asking for no commissary money, so I wasn't getting constant money coming through, money orders regularly for commissary. You heard? I was getting a money order like once a month. You heard, from my grandmother, like $50. You heard? You know what I'm saying? But it was good. You heard? It was all good because she was the only one sending me money. You know what I'm saying? A couple of other people down the line sent me money that I least expected, but like I said, you least expected. But look, my grandmother used to send me cards, and all the cards were special. All the cards were special. They wasn't regular cards. This card says, "A grandson like you." You heard? I was my grandmother's favorite. I was my grandmother's favorite. You know what I'm saying? And everybody in my family knew that. You heard? You know what I'm saying? No matter what I did, my grandmother used to treat me with so much love. You heard? My grandmother only beating me when she had to. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, she stopped beating me. And then after that, I could go to my grandmother and tell my grandmother anything, B. I could go to me and my grandma was so tight, I could go to my grandma and tell my grandmother anything. I could go tell my grandma, don't open the door. If the cops come looking for me, I'm not around. I just had to do something to this dude down the block, B. And my grandma be like, boy, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nah, he did this, he did that, grandma. I ain't going for that. You heard? Boy, all right. My grandma loved me. I could tell my grandmother anything. You heard? You know what I'm saying? As long as they ain't go against no church stuff and all that, because my grandma was into the Bible and all that. But I could go tell my grandmother anything. I could tell my grandma. You know how like some people, they can't tell their mother, they can't tell their parents nothing. Their parents gotta hear it in court. They gotta hear from other people how their kids really are. You heard? They got to hear from other people. Well, I ain't had that type of relationship with my grandma. I could tell my grandmother anything. You know what I'm saying? Right or wrong, my grandma was with me. You know what I'm saying? And she wrote me, she sent me this card for my birthday, 1996. You heard? You know what I'm saying? It says, from grandma. You heard? From her name, and then it says AKA grandma. You heard? Happy birthday, joint. You heard? So shit is official, you know what I'm saying? Grandma always came through. This was 1996, my birthday. My first birthday in prison, you heard? That was my first birthday in prison, you heard? I didn't even have a year in. I had about 7 months in on that bed right there, you heard? On that 48, you heard? Up north, you heard? Now, this joint is from my aunt, you heard? You know what I'm saying? My aunt, my favorite aunt, you heard? And my favorite aunt, she always been there. I always lived with her. This is where my mother sent me with a letter with my little sister to go to my grandmother, to my aunt's house where my grandma was at. You understand what I'm saying? And this is when I took that letter to my grandmother and my aunt, I watched them read the letter in the kitchen while we didn't even take our clothes off yet. They read the letter, and then they folded the letter up and told us to get ready to go take a bath and all that. Even though we just took a bath and all that from the house going there. Our mother made us take a bath and all that before we went there. You know what I'm saying? Before I brought them there. And I was only like 6 years old. My mother said, you know where your aunt lived? You know where your grandmother lived? I said, yeah. She said, well, here, take your sister with this letter to your grandmother's house right there, which was really my aunt's house, you heard? Because my grandmother had left her house to my mother and went and moved in with my aunt, you heard? You know what I'm saying? On Wharton, you heard? You know what I'm saying? And basically, my aunt always been in my life, you know what I'm saying? And but this card right here is from my grandmother in the block, because we moved to Davidson, you heard? And in the front of the house that we lived in Davidson, some Jamaican dudes used to sell a lot of weed in there, out in front of the house. They used to have pounds of weed in the back. You know that bunk, that garbage weed, you heard? The niggas had garbage weed, and a lot of niggas from Jersey used to come over and buy pounds of that shit. So them niggas was killing them. They used to have $500 pounds and all that. garbage, you heard? But they used to be killing them. Them niggas flow was up. That was all the Jamaican niggas. This is all the Jamaican niggas that used to be in front of my house. They sent me a card. My grandmother's or my aunt signed all of them on the card because them niggas, while I was in jail from one of my joints, you heard, that I had. Now, when I got locked up, I had a few joints, B. I ain't gonna even lie. I had about 6 joints, you heard? 4 of them was my main joints, and 3 of them was joints that I had just met right before I got locked up. So when I got locked up, I ain't gonna front. I had all them joints on rotary dial, you heard? I had all them on calling them, writing them, you heard? Like making sure, and I was making sure that I was keeping them on deck, you heard? Because I had a 4 to 8 to do, you know what I'm saying? So one of my joints, the joint that sent this, a Valentine's Day card, you heard, she sent this to me, and she was the joint, she was the only girl out of all the girls that told me the real. She was the only girl out of all the girls that told me the real. And the real was this. I was at HDM on the phone with her, and I was like this. I just copped out the 4 to 8 years. You heard? So I was on the phone with her. So I was like, yeah, what's up, Trey? Everything good? Yeah, yeah, boom, boom. I'm talking my shit. So I said, yeah, Trey, I got 2 years to do. You heard? Now, first of all, I'm lying. I got 4 years to do. But I'm telling her 2 because a lot of dudes tell their girls half of the time that they got to do so that the time don't run them away. You heard? Because you figure 4 years, a girl probably could do 2 with you. You don't want to tell her 4 and scare her away. So you'll tell her 2, and hopefully the girl do the 2 with you. And then when the 2 come, you could hit her with like, oh, I got only 2 more. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, so a lot of dudes be lying to their shorties, trying to get them to stay around. So I was talking to her and I was telling her like, yo, Trey, I got 2 years. You rolling with me? You rocking with me? Now, I got 5 other joints in the cut, but I'm making this is my best joint, Trey. So I'm like, yo, Trey, you rocking with me? I'm thinking she gonna say the same thing like all the other girls said. Guess what she said? She said, Larry, you going upstate and I'm going to college in Virginia. How is that going to work? How is that going to work, Larry? I said, and she ain't say it nasty. She said it real. I said, oh, shoot. I said, you right. I said, but it ain't nothing. I said, but make sure you don't have no baby or nothing, B. She's like, so, you know, I was like, make sure you don't have no baby or nothing. So we started laughing and shit. Boom, I got off the phone with her. But when I went back to my cell, I respected her. I respected her because she said from the jump, lad, you going up north. I'm going to college in Virginia. How's that going to work? You heard? The other girls that I posed that question to, that's word to my mother. They was like, oh, don't worry, baby. I'm going to be there for you. This and that. Don't worry. I'm rocking out with you. Trey told me, I don't know how that's going to work. You going up north, and she said it just like that. You going up north, and I'm going down to Virginia State College. I don't know how that's going to work. I said. So I respected her. But when I on that bed, she was writing me, sending me Valentine's Day cards. In the Valentine's Day card, she said, I miss you. Just a little card just to show you how much I care. Happy Valentine's Day. I'll write you soon. And she always sends a nice picture with her. And I always loved her and respected her for that because she ain't had to tell me the real. She did not have to tell me the real. You know what I'm saying? She did not have to tell me the real, and she did. You know what I'm saying? So I respect Tracy. All loved her. You know what I'm saying? She a CO now and all that. You heard? Yeah, she a CO now. You heard? She doing her. Now look, this next card was from my aunt because it's a get well card. It says some riddles to help you feel better fast. You heard? Stuck in bed, not feeling well, can't get out to play. Sure, hope these riddles will brighten up your day. You heard? Where do cows usually go to have fun? Cowabunga. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, jokes, something up to brighten up my day. You know what I'm saying? Because I had fell ill. I was in a coma for 10 days, you heard? In Kawasaki, fell ill. You know what I'm saying? And basically, when I came out the coma, my aunt sent me this card. Get well soon. And as you can see, it ain't no bullshit cheap cards. It's meaning, memories. You heard? That's why I still got it. And she sent me this card back in 1997. So I had this card since 1997. You understand what I'm saying? And she signed "Get Well Soon" from Aunt Alice, Uncle Butch, Aunt Veronica, Uncle Lay, and Uncle Alan. That's everybody that was living in the house with her at the time. You heard? So basically, she put everybody down for my family that's living in the house as hoping I get well soon. You heard? My aunt. And I say cards like this bring the joy to you, help you get going 6 more months, another year. You heard? I'm getting to that street. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting to that street. Now this card right here is from my sister. You heard? From my sister. Yeah, my sister. I only got one sister. And this is a birthday card. It says, follow this simple birthday exercise. First to the left, then to the right, then squeeze gently. You heard? And it is signed my sister. You heard? Sisterly love, Dante love. That's my sister. She sent me this when I was up north. You heard? For my birthday. This is a birthday card. Happy birthday. This is a birthday card. You heard? My first birthday in prison. My sister. This is from a shorty I was messing with. To my wonderful husband. Yeah, women, chicks at that time was calling me their husband and all that. You know what I'm saying? And she used to keep it real with me. She used to write me a lot. She sent me money orders. She fell off, but she was sincere. And she used to pop up with cards and letters here and there throughout my bed. So I always respected her for that. And this card reads, to my husband, it says, I am so sorry that I've been so bitchy. Also, I'm sorry that I send you this late. So happy belated birthday, boo. Please forgive me. I love you. And you heard? And she signed it. Mona. You heard? This was a joint that I was messing with before I got locked up. And I had got mad pictures of her and all that. And she official. You heard? This next card is another birthday card. The next year, this is my second birthday in prison from my grandma. You heard? From my grandma. You heard? And it's a kid hiding behind a balloon on his birthday. And inside the card it says, you can't hide from another birthday. You heard? Can't hide from another birthday. Grandma always was there for me, my whole bed. Like I told you, I never asked her for nothing. And she used to send it from her own heart. You heard? This one right here is another birthday joint from your family. This is from my whole family. My aunt used to buy all the cards, and she used to sign all the cards for all the family members. So my aunt was the type of person that if it was your birthday, she'll go get a bunch of cards, bunch of different cards. She'll spend about $30, $40 on a bunch of cards, right? Because these cards ain't cheap, right? She'll go spend $30, $40 on a bunch of cards, and then she'll sign all of them, where they come from. She'll put everybody in the family in it, even if they ain't even wish you a happy birthday, she'll put them in there as wishing you a happy birthday and send it to you. So I always got mega support and all that from my aunt with doing the cards and everything. And a lot of the cards that my grandma used to send used to come from my aunt too. You heard? Because that's just how my aunt was. You know what I'm saying? This is another birthday joint from my little brother Howard and Javon. I had little brothers. It's like I told you, my aunt used to buy all the cards and send them to me. And right here, it's like a hip hop photo, right? And she put my family names on each person. She put on the first guy, she put Corey, Howard, Javon, And that's supposed to be Dante, my sister. So you heard, my aunt used to do things like that and send me, and that used to bring joy to my heart. That used to let me know that I had people out there that cared about me. You heard, real people that cared about me, and they wasn't going to just leave me for dead just because time passed. You heard? You heard? It didn't matter. My family was there for me, my aunt and my grandmother. This one is from my aunt again for a terrific nephew. You heard? See, I told you I was the favorite in my family. I was my aunt favorite. I was my uncle favorite. And I was my grandmother favorite. You heard? And all of them told me out their own mouth, except for my grandmother and my aunt. My uncle told me out his own mouth, you my favorite nephew. My favorite nephew. You heard? And I already knew I was my favorite by my grandmother, because my grandmother was my everything. You know, sir? You heard? Then my aunt, the way she used to treat me, I already knew I was her favorite too. But, you know, it is what it is. Now look, this one was from one of my ex-chicks that when I was in the street, she became pregnant from me, but she wound up getting an abortion because her family was police and all that, and they didn't want her having a baby from a nigga in the street like me. You heard? So when she got pregnant, they was forcing her to have an abortion, and she didn't want to have an abortion. And basically, I remember her godmother pulled up on me, and the first thing she jumped out on me, I was in front of the building chilling with my man, and she jumped up in front of the building, and she was like, I'm such and such, godmother. So I was like, oh, all right. And she's like, I'm police. And I was like, oh, all right. And she's like, Danny shouldn't be getting pregnant right now by you and this and that, and what can you be doing as a father to bring anything into her life? And not like, yo, word to my mother, she just jumped out, started attacking me, B, like for messing with Danny. You know what I'm saying? That was her name, you heard? And getting her pregnant. And I was like, and I didn't even know Danny was pregnant. That was the crazy stuff. I didn't even know Danny was pregnant. You know how like a girl get pregnant and she don't even tell you? You know what I'm saying? So she didn't even tell me at the time. So I was shocked too. So, but her godmother coming at me hard, like on some cop shit, like, yeah, I'm a cop, this and that. Danny don't need to mess with you and this and that. I'm taking her to get an abortion right now. And Danny was crying right there. You could tell she was on the side crying. And I was wondering why she wasn't talking to me, you heard? Because she stopped talking to me out of nowhere. It was probably because she was pregnant and she didn't even want to tell me, you heard? Because her family is coming at her, trying to make her get an abortion, and she don't want to get an abortion. So this is her. She was there for me. And when I wound up going to jail, she wound up going to the Air Force. You know what I'm saying? She was in the Air Force, and she know how to fly planes and do all that shit, you heard? And she was sending me pictures and all that. She didn't come see me, but this was another one of my ex-joints, you heard? And you could see she got a paragraph. She always loved the nigga, you know what I'm saying? Love Danny, you know what I'm saying? So them cards, the support, take you a long way, man. Take you a long way. So now I'm going to breeze through these. Just let you know that I was getting cards, you know what I'm saying, nice joints for my family, you know what I'm saying, spiritual joints, you heard? And this one is my best card that I got, I think, from my aunt. It's a picture of a lion with a dude, there's a whole bunch of things on the picture, but it's the inside that really got me. Look, y'all. Look what the inside is. A picture of a mirror. Now, that mirror, see how that mirror look? That's the same kind of mirror that they be having in prison. You could barely see yourself. Shit look crazy, right? So when my aunt sent me this, it says, happy 21 birthday. You heard? I turned 21 in prison. You heard? And she put, have a happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? And it said, from Alice, Pam, Butch, Veronica, Alan, Corey, Lane, and Skip. You heard? That's all the people that are affiliated with my aunt. You heard? So cards, holidays, that's what you get. That's a lot of people get them. Some people get them. Some people don't. You heard? It's ugly up there. Now the next joint is pictures. Yeah, pictures, y'all. I know I've been talking for a minute. Took y'all on a long roller coaster with that card shit. But now it's pictures. The best thing. You heard? Pictures in jail is everything. because pictures is give you so much. You heard? Pictures give you so much. When you look at a picture in prison, it could take you back. You understand what I'm saying? Just what the person got on, just where the person is at, who the person is. Yo, everything about a picture is big in prison. So in prison, a lot of dudes like pictures. When you meet a dude and you and the dude get cool, first thing a dude want to do is see your pictures. You know what I'm saying? Now, if a dude want to see your pictures like that and you don't really know him like that, your antennas might be up. So dudes don't be quick. Some dudes don't be quick to show dudes their pictures, but there is dudes up there that be quick to show you their pictures, because pictures is everything up there. Pictures let you know how a motherfucker was living out there. Pictures let you know what type of people is checking for this motherfucker. Pictures let you know everything about a person, you know? Not everything, but it lets you know how a person really was living out there, you know what I'm saying? And depending on the pictures you get, let you know how you was living out there. Because when you get pictures of your family and your family doing good out there, that rubs off on you. When you get pictures of shorties and they look good and all that, that rubs off on you. When you get pictures of your peoples and all that, and all that, that rubs off on you, because that letting people know, oh, this nigga got a support system. This nigga must be official in the street. You know what I'm saying? Boom, nigga getting mad pictures. Nigga got mad official pictures of niggas doing it, living their life, chilling, all that. You know what I'm saying? But the best pictures is the female pictures, you heard? A lot of people like to see pictures because they like to see what dudes was working with. Niggas like to see pictures of different females. They like to see what dudes was working with. So when I was up north, I was one of the same. I love pictures. I love pictures. I used to tell everybody, I'd rather a picture letter than a letter. I'm keeping it real. I'd rather a letter with pictures in it than a letter with just a letter in it, B. You heard? Talking some crazy shit or talking some love shit. I'd rather pictures, because I could do more with a picture than that. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I was up north, niggas pride themselves on pictures. You heard? And I had my sister send me up all my old pictures before I went to jail, like before I was in jail, right? And she sent me up this one. You heard? And this is me and my man Jay. You heard? In my man Park's house on the concourse. You heard? God bless his mother. But we is in his mom house right here, my man Park's house. We used to be in the nigga house every day, you heard? Smoking and listening to music, listening to double R tapes, double R doo-wop tapes, Ron G and all that. Used to be in his house listening to all that. But if you look closely in the picture, you can see that we got on that Nautica fire. You heard? My man got on the Nautica sailor jacket, and I got on the Nautica reverse bubble. That bubble right there is two jackets in one. Because when you reverse it, it's got different colors. You heard? Different design. You heard? And then on that side, it's all blue with and the collar is yellow. You heard? So that jacket was official. That was a Nautica bubble reversible joint. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't just no regular Nautica. You heard? They don't even make them shits like that no more. Now look. See, a picture like this would show dudes that a nigga was about his business in the street. Nigga got on that Nautica, chilling, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, I ain't got no bear jacket on. I ain't got none of that bullshit on, nigga. Niggas was wearing Pelés, Nauticas, Arexes, you heard? Polo jackets, all kind of shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Helly Hansons, you understand what I'm saying? North Faces, you heard? The big joints, the big boys, the $600 joints, Marmots when they first came out. You heard? Woolridges, all different styles. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So from this picture alone, you could say it's gonna tell you a lot. So niggas love pictures, B. Niggas love pictures. You heard? Niggas love pictures. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I remember when like when I got this picture, these pictures right here. Yeah, this is my man Hab, you heard? This is my man Hab and Jug from Web, 1400s, you heard? My man Hab right here with the black Averex on, he had just went home. You know what I'm saying, at this time. And I didn't even know he was home. I'm in Windy. I know he had a 3 to 6. He had about 4 in, you heard? And I didn't even know he went home. But when he went home, 2 months, couple months home, that nigga hit me with the pictures right here. You heard? And he hit me with a stack of them. And yo, B, telling you, so pictures is everything, B. I didn't even know my man was home. So when I got this picture with my man home and Avrexes and all that, he ain't just sent me one with he sent me a stack of photos, and every picture he got a different color AV on. So that let me know my son getting to that bag. You know what I'm saying? My son got right home and started getting to that bag. You know what I'm saying? But this was back. This was back. This was back in 2000. This was back in 2001. You heard? My man went home, left me in Clinton, left niggas up north, went home, sent the nigga a stack of photos of him and the peoples doing it from where? You heard? All them niggas is my niggas, B. My son Jug. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So when I got that picture, I'm like, oh, my son home. Oh, shit. Like I told you, he sent me mad pictures of whatchamacallit. This the joint Tracy right here. Remember I told you Tracy that told me that she couldn't mess with me? I mean, that I was going up north and she was going to college in Virginia State? Yeah. All right? She was a dime. Trey's a dime, nigga. She happily, she's successful. She got her family, her man and all that, I guess. She doing her. You heard? This is her while she's in school, Virginia State. She told me, Larry, you going up north and I'm going to Virginia State. I don't know how it gonna work. She was the only girl to tell me that. The only girl to tell me that. The only girl to tell me that, nigga. All the rest of these joints, they told me they was gonna be there for me, man. They said, I'ma be there for you, B. They said, what? I'ma be there. I'ma be there. They was there for a little while, then they got out of there. You heard? It's my man Hab again. Sent me them pictures. You heard? You know what I'm saying? He was only home a couple of months. Got at his comrade, got at his Scooby. You heard? Me. I didn't even know he was home. I thought he was still locked up in one of them double bunk boxes. You heard? My man was home. I was happy. And he sent me stacks of pictures. And he sent me pictures of my man. I'm trying to find it right now. One of my best friends. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Do I got any more of them joints? Oh, here you go. He sent me one with my best friend, Master. God bless the dead, Master. Y'all heard me talk about Master a lot. That's Master right there. You see my man Hab in the middle with the red AV on. I think that's Troy Campbell No, that's Troy on the side of him, and I forgot son name right there from Web. These are the Web stars, you heard? 1,400 B. 1,400 brothers, you heard? Yeah, B. So my man Had went home, sent me stacks of pictures. I was dumb happy. Sent me my only pictures that I got with my God Master. I got my God Master. Flex. I love my guy. Rest in peace to him. You heard? Rest in peace to him. Him and Angelo, God bless the day. Rest in peace to my guys, man. So, you know, those pictures is everything in jail. Pictures is everything in jail. I remember my brother sent me this one. Yeah, my brother. He doing it with his West Side niggas. Burnside. You heard? Nigga Fafa even in this picture from my hood. You heard? This is when he was up there. Rolling with my brother in them. But look. Y'all niggas see it? My brother right there in the middle. Nigga got his fingers around his neck. That's my bro. I know all them dudes, you heard? Family. You heard? My brother sent me this picture. Niggas doing it in the spot. You heard? Doing it. You know how happy I was when I got that picture? Cause you know what I'm saying? My guy right here, I got this picture. This dude name is Nabumba Smith, B, from out of Brownsville. What's up with him, y'all? It's my guy Nabumba, man. He had me out in Brownsville, young, Rockaway Avenue, you heard? Told you a nigga, remember I told you I was in Brooklyn with a nigga pulled out a gun on me? You heard? Yeah, B, I was with this nigga, Nabumba Smith. You heard? From Brownsville, know everybody. He was doing security work for Nice and Smooth and them, MOP and them at one time. He sent me this picture when I was up north. He found me. He just popped up at my house. He didn't know where I was at. He didn't even know my family lived the same place. Nigga went and found niggas. You heard? Found niggas. Me and him was in a group home together. You heard? Me and him was in Pleasantville together 2 years. 2 years. When I was up north doing that bid, I lost contact with him. He went to my house, got my name and numbers, and sent me letters and pictures, B. And he told me he was bodyguarding for Nice and Smooth and MOP. You heard? My dude, Boomer. You heard? Nabumba. So I tell you, when you get pictures, man, you be official. You be happy, you heard? This was one of my ex-girls. You heard? She kept it real with me. You know what I'm saying? She was one of my main girls at the time. During that whole bid, she fell back at times, but she always came back and fuck with a nigga. Showed me love, support. She wrote me. You heard? She was another one that was in college when I was up north. You heard? She out here doing great things right now. You know what I'm saying? She used to send me mad pictures because I used to ask her to send me mad pictures, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So when I used to get them pictures from her and all that, I used to be dumb happy. You know what I'm saying? I went through a lot with her on that bid, but I respect her, you know? Because she, even though she left me at times, she always came back. So it was always true love, you heard? Real love, you know? Word. So pictures and all that was always crazy. This is my aunt. See how beautiful my family was, man. That's my aunt. My favorite aunt. My Aunt Alice. She loved the nigga, you heard? That's who sent me all them cards. That's the lady that sent me all those cards. Kept me going. See how beautiful she is? You see how beautiful my aunt is, you heard? Come from a beautiful family, you heard? Beautiful family. Y'all see how beautiful my aunt is, B. You know? Tracy again, you heard? Tracy was beautiful. You heard? She's still beautiful. Like I said, all them women that I messed with, they all got their own life now. They got kids, they got family, they successful, they got husbands and boyfriends and men and all that. So I'm talking about 30 years ago, you heard? You know what I'm saying? 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can find another picture in here that was sent to me that means something. This is my mom, y'all. One of her boyfriends. You know what I'm saying? My mom's just regular bad chick. You heard? Let me see. See, come from a good black family. That's my mother, my grandmother, my uncle, my grandfather, my uncles, my aunt. That's my Aunt Alice, my beautiful Aunt Alice getting married to her husband. You heard? So like I told y'all, niggas come from a strong, beautiful black family, nigga. You heard? You heard? Strong, beautiful black family. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. I ain't got a front. I was raised by strong black women, B. You heard? I lost my father and my mother early in life, but my aunt and my grandmother was always there for me. Matter of fact, let me show you a picture of my grandmother at her job where she used to work at immigration. She used to she was the supervisor for immigration of a whole gym floor of white people. Word to my mother. A black lady being a supervisor at immigration for white people. Yo, let me get to that picture. I'm gonna show y'all that. This is my grandmother at the desk with all the white niggas that worked for her, worked under her. You heard? My grandmother was the supervisor of a whole floor that was the size of a gym. Had nothing but desks and computers in it. You heard? When my mother went to jail, my grandmother had to take me to work with her for like a week. You heard? And them white niggas in the back, one of them name was, I think his name was Jack. I forgot his name, but all three of them, they bought me mad coloring books. And they had me sit in the corner coloring the books while my grandmother was working. You heard? For a week, my grandmother took me to work with her. She couldn't do it no more. You heard? And then I went with a foster family for like 9 months till my mother got out of jail. Word to mother. Shit's crazy, B. And I was young, nigga. I took like 4 years old or some shit. Know what I'm saying? Like 4 years old or some shit. And I remember that shit. Going in there, the cracking niggas, white niggas had me playing on the computer. You know, that's when they had the big computer where you could stick your head in, them big IBM shits, them big stupid shits, you heard? That look like projectors and computers, you heard? They had me playing on the computer, or they had me in the corner doing coloring books while my grandmother was working, buying me everything that I wanted, eating crazy, you heard? I felt good being at work with my grandma. I thought that shit was gonna last forever, but it was only for a week, you heard? You know what I'm saying? My grandma was a supervisor for immigration for over 18 years, B. You heard? Supervisor, immigration, nigga. You heard? And my aunt, My aunt that I showed you, my beautiful aunt, that always was there for me, she worked for Bellevue for over 33 years. You heard? She worked for Bellevue for over 33 years, B. My beautiful aunt right here that's getting married. That's my mother in the front row, in the front with the big white dress on. That's my Uncle Butch on the side with the tuxedo, standing next to my great-grandmother. That's my great-grandmother standing next to my aunt husband. That's my grandmother on the side of my aunt. That's my my grandfather on the side of my grandmother. That's my Uncle Alan in front of them. And I don't even know who that young dude is. You heard? He's somebody too. He probably part of the groom family. You heard? Who knows? Probably his son. Look like him. Anyway, that's my aunt getting married back in the days, nigga. Back in the days, nigga. Y'all niggas can't even get married now, nigga. Y'all hoes. So when you get pictures in jail, B, you be happy, man. You be happy. My man Black sent me this. He was getting it. He had just came home. He was on he did a 6 to 12. He made his first board. He was home. That was him home, sending me pictures that he home. You heard? My man Black doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's my man who told me who Alpo was. He introduced me to AZ, Pretty Tone and them niggas. He introduced me to Mecca Audio, Unique Mecca Audio. He introduced me to all the real niggas that I know. All the official niggas that was always out there. He was hanging in Harlem, running around. He took me to Queens. You heard? He introduced me to James Berry, Billy and them niggas, man. My man Black, right here, B. You heard? It's my guy, nigga. You heard? Shout out my guy Black, nigga. You heard? This Tracy again. Beautiful. You know how she do. I got other girls too but I don't got them pictures out. I got other pictures of girls too, nice joints that I had up north. But you know, like I said, by 2 years I lost all of them.